Hey, what's going on, you guys? What's up? Let's get it crack a lack a lack. Oh, glad the sound is working. Okay. Glad I got everything working. Okay. All right, well, I told y'all, I will not be before you long. I say it all the time, but today I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. Okay. Say hi to me when you get in here. Do my little sherry thing. And let me know where is you in. Hey YouTube, hey Facebook. All right, so it's Wednesday. We are midway through the year. 2026 is coming to an end. Uh what's new? Hey Andre. Hey, how you doing today? Oh, I'm liking these little changes that I did. I'm liking this. Oh, look, I even put the little logo in the corner. I done made some changes, y'all. I done made some changes, okay? Um, and I'm super pumped up about it. Oh, let me get this. I'm like, there we go. There we go. So many changes and different things. Um, how's it going? How are you feeling today? Are you having a great day? How was your week? It's Wednesday. And yeah, I'm not gonna be before y'all long just because I have this schedule and all this other stuff that I have now. Um, but we're redoing the studio. We have officially begun redoing the studio, and I'm excited about that. So I'm just trying to see how this is going to go. If I'm going to be able to continue to do the show um while doing it, because y'all know, I don't know, you gotta let me know. Is y'all gonna care or is y'all not gonna care? I'm trying to decide if I want to continue to um, you know, do the show while the studio is being put back together and different things like that. But all of this is leaving. I done emptied out the bar, stool, whatever area. They trying to fight me to keep it. I'm like, no, so I'm gonna get rid of everything in here and we are going to have a do-over. But you guys let me know. Is that something that I should do while still recording and doing the show? Because y'all know I'm something like a stickler, okay? I'm real picky and I care about how things look. So it's like, okay, well, if I let y'all see it as we go and we do the show and it's like, okay, it's coming together, you guys will get to see it, or should I just wait? Andre, what you thinking? What you thinking? I'm gonna listen to y'all. We are doing this together, okay? But that's just where I am with it. It's been fun. It's been fun. I can't wait to share some of that stuff with y'all. So, what's new? I have stepped into doing something completely different. I'm back on the other side, and I have been having a moment with that. And I have to, I don't know about anybody else, but like adjusting is adjusting to stuff easy for you guys? Does it come easy? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It depends on what it is. Sometimes it comes easy, but I'm just over time. I'm learning like, yo, I don't like having to adjust. Um, or it takes some time to adjust to something new. Oh, tomato. Who knows? What you say? Andre, what you say? Keep doing the show. Okay. See, you always speak up. When you speak up, I come. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna keep on doing it since you requested. I'm gonna keep doing the show. So don't be alarmed if you see stuff on the wall this week and you may see nothing in a couple weeks, or you may see something. I'm in here, we're playing around with it and getting I gotta take that down. Playing around with it and getting everything together. So it's like we're taking everything out of the studio to put it all back in. So I'm super excited about that. Just ready to be um done with a lot of the stuff. Okay. Done with a lot of it. And just see which direction to go in. Trying to figure out what direction to go in. Oh, and I'm gonna put I think all right, I'll do that. I'm not gonna be here long. Well, I'm going to put the link down here below in case you guys want to call in like you did last week. And I must say, I'm going to chop up those shows pretty soon here. Um, to so that way because I want the people, when I put it up here, like I want people to actually, get back to how we were. I want to see you guys. I want you guys to be seen, for the conversation. All right. So I'm also currently, you got to let me know. I'm trying to put this in the mix, but like when I said last week when we was here on the show, everybody is on social media lying about who they are so much that it's just difficult for me to decide. But I want to do the show, and I want to do the show where I am just the host, and it's different people on the show, okay? And I'm going to throw out like topics and different discussions, and we go for it. I really enjoyed the show last week, listening to all of y'all go back and forth, and we just had a good, healthy conversation. That was pretty good. Um, let me see. Where the rest of the panel? I don't know. Like, this is what I want y'all. So we do this together. So I want y'all to help decide on who should be on the panel, because we like to have fun, but we also have to have some people that's able to talk about something. And if you guys have any recommendations or anybody you recommend, send them to me and let me know. Just put it in my inbox. But I'm very Hey, CJ. I'm very, very, we very, very picky because, like I said, so many people be showing up on social media lying about who they are, that I am very authentic with what we do. And I don't want to give you guys that, because y'all know if we put somebody up here and they not real, we're going to tear them down. And when I mean tear them down, we don't bully and we don't pick. We just hit them with the truth, right? So that's what I want. So let me know. I kind of know who I want to be on this panel, right? I feel like it I don't know. Like, I know Andre, I know you definitely have to be on this panel. CJ has to be on this panel. Okay. Trumanda has to be on this panel. So I'm trying to figure out like how we can do it, because I'm going to just be there. I'm going to be here, and I'm going to throw out the things and let y'all go at it. But see, last week y'all was going at it. Well, more so like Trumanda was going off. Y'all was going, and we got to be able to do it where, I learned I'm going to be able to control the mics. So I was like, oh my God, last week was the first time that I ever hit the button on some mics. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So I'm really interested in that. I'm working on getting that together. Now, he said, what panel we talking about? All right, yeah, let's recap it for everybody who just got here. Say hi to me. So I want to have a panel. We're going to have a show. And before we did Battle of the Sexes, okay? Battle of the Sexes, it was fun and it was cool. But I'm not really messy, so I don't really know how to be messy, if that makes sense. I don't know how to be messy, because my definition of trying to be messy, and it's not even messy, it's just like, let's talk about some real stuff. Like, let's really get into your trauma, right? But I want to do the panel. And I said I wanted you to be a part of the panel. So shout outs to you over there on YouTube. And we are going to have different topics and different discussions. And he said, good, because I don't like messy. I don't like messy either. Yeah, no, we don't do messy. Where we're just talking about the different things, and you guys get topics. I might even, throw in there like a couple game questions or something. I don't know. I haven't quite put it all together, but I do know that Trumanda was like, she would be a part of the panel, and she may even be inside the studio. Okay. So I'm trying to wiggle all that back in. But because I want to do it, I want that to be like something we do in all the, that's the thing, Andre, like that's something I want to be done after I've redone the studio. Like after the studio is already redone, after we've already brought in the freshness, I want to do it. But I don't know. I don't know. He said I like that, especially if so that's what I was telling Andre. I was like, listen, last week y'all was in here going at it. So I like that a lot. And I'm like, okay, so let me figure out a way to do that just so we can have our time. So um and I would love it to be like new faces and stuff like that. But if it's not, baby, it's gonna be with the people we know. But I don't know. That's just one of the things. I haven't been online to see anything or anybody that caught my eye to where as though I'm like, I want to know what you're thinking. I would love to have you on this panel. Let's get into these different things. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. And we have to have, and it has to always be people who are honest with themselves, and where they are in life, not ashamed, not embarrassed, and don't mind talking about the differences. They talk about the differences in their lives and, share some insight. And we gonna have some fun while we doing it, okay? So yeah. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to that. I don't really have much today. But just, your girl is over here fighting for her life. I feel like I'm fighting for my virginity. Oh my God. Okay. Just adjusting you. So I am adjusting to I don't even know what I'm adjusting to, but he said facts. I'm just adjusting to the newness of doing something new, no longer being in my house all day, every day. And just going into the new aspects of where I am in life. And it's a little challenging, especially because, my person that I talk to all the time about everything, is no longer here. And I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to go through this process. I don't know about you guys, but I know for me, well, you can let me know if you have that person, in your life where it's like they're there at every moment, and they may or may no longer be here every moment. But if you do have somebody that's there every moment, and it's like, yo, I could not have pictured these moments without them. So I have been battling with that. I have been battling. Okay, see, I ain't alone. He said outside of the comfort zone ain't no joke. You know what, CJ? And that's what I've been trying to figure out these past 3 days. Like, yo, is this a comfort zone thing? Because I told you, I don't come here and just tell y'all stuff and just, give advice and just give tools and help out. I also deal with it too. I go through it too. I work my way through it. And I don't know if it's a comfort zone thing. Like I say with anything, you have to know yourself. You have to know yourself beyond anything else. I always say that. Like, you have to know you better than anybody. You know what you can do. You know what you're capable of. You know what you're not doing. You know where you're willing to bend. Like, you just know, right? And for me, I'm stubborn. Miss Vibrations is not, right? Miss Vibrations is totally all things excellent. Do it, do it, do it. But Candace is so stubborn. And on top of my stubbornness, which is not really that bad. So I'm gonna just stick with not even accountability, comfort. I'm stepping into something, I had the opportunity to see what it looks like to fully work for myself, right? To fully work for myself, to fully do what makes my heart thrive, to fully just wake up every day and do what I want to do. I totally experienced that. And it was a beautiful experience. Like, it was a beautiful thing, like all last year. And so now I'm just, like I told you guys, I didn't know, like, you can say how you want your life to go. And then God is going to say, yeah, you think so? Okay, let me hit you with a remix. You know what I mean? You can plan how you want things to go, and there will be a remix. And here lately, I'm excited and I'm happy that I've had people to like remind me of the bigger picture and stuff like that. Because y'all, it has been a I don't even want to say drastic. It's not drastic. It hasn't been trying. It hasn't been challenging. I don't know the word. Somebody give me a word. Somebody give me a word. But it has been whatever that word is, 72 hours. It hasn't even been that long. You know, you say exactly. It hasn't even been that long. And um and I am just like fighting tooth and nails, already planning my exit. Like, I'm already planning my exit, all the while still trying to hold on to the bigger picture. But y'all, baby, I'm over here fighting for my virginity, okay? Like I have, it is just like, girl, listen, you know you on some bullshit when you gotta laugh at yourself. So today, and I recommend you guys do this if it's a space or a place or anything that you're dealing with and you're not sure, right? I did a pros and a cons list, right? And let's say a lot of us really don't know ourselves, even as adults, because we don't spend enough real time self-reflecting without distractions. Yeah, yes, and that is true. And I think that that is something that we should necessarily we need to do. You know what I mean? And look, right? And I say this all the time, CJ, that you'll be surprised at how much you don't know yourself or how much you be like, yo, I'm a jacked up person, or I'm really a good person. I'm really a pushover. I really need to challenge myself. Like you could really do better, you know? Self-reflecting is a thing, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing and we really have to do it. But I make sure like I'm really big on that with me, you know, like I have to do what makes me happy in all areas and aspects of life. It's scary because you don't know. Let's say you meet somebody, you like them, right? And you're like, hey, I want to see how these things go. And the minute it start to be like it look like you on some foolishness, it'd be like, yeah, let me go. And like, damn, we can't try. We can't. No, we just, we're too old to be trying. Like, we're like, what are we trying to do? You know what I mean? Or even when you meet new friends, it's like, yeah, no, this friendship is not conducive to either party. This is a one-way friendship. I need a two-way friendship. I gotta part ways. Or your kids may be asking you things doing this. Nope, you're not responsible enough. I'm not going to continue to bail you out of everything. Um, it's just like self-reflecting is good in all areas. And once you get to where you want to be with it, because we're constantly growing, right? We grow every day, we change every day. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. Just like with these last 3 days, today was way better than the day before, and the day before was totally way better than Monday. So, but it's all about how we look at it and how you have to persevere and really just push for a good day. And I was just having a conversation with one of my friends earlier, and she was like, yeah, we're teaching my son about persevere, so now that's why that has come out tonight. And I'm like, you know what, yeah, sometimes you have to be reminded of what the bigger picture is, what the goal is, because like you said, CJ, there are so many distractions pulling you here and there and all of that in every way, you know what I mean? And it's just like, what can you do to make it better? And although I'm in this new situation, I am new, like working back for somebody, right? Got a schedule, but that's not my schedule. And when I say this not my schedule, Lord, I'm not being ungrateful, because I can't even lie. Listen, God definitely did his thing with this one. So that's what I was trying to tell you. Like, when I was sitting doing my pros and cons, and that pros and cons list that I told you I do, y'all, I had to look at this pros and cons list, and I was like, it was so funny. I was on the phone with my homegirl earlier, and I was like, If you don't get your shit together, for real, like sometimes if you can't be real with you, you can't be real with nobody. And I want to phone with her and she is laughing. And I'm like, no, you're laughing at me and I'm serious. But they're always like, yo, we laugh because I know you're serious and it is just hilarious. I'm like, well, y'all laughing at my pain, okay? But it's like, man, I looked at my pros and cons, and she was like, how many things are on this pros and this cons list? I'm like, well, they're like neck and neck. There's like 4 and 4. And this is why, she's like, okay, no judgment, right? Because it's my list, God damn it. I don't know what's your list either. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, but I'm looking at the bigger picture. I definitely, am in a space where it's like, I'm praying I'm not here long. But I know for me, I always say, like, when I want to see things move and I want action to be taken, I start writing everything down. So today and yesterday, baby, I was writing everything out. You hear me? Front, back page. And in my last job, my coworkers used to laugh because I always tell people, I'm like, listen, and sometimes you have to remember what it is you know how to do. And I was like, listen, I know when I don't like something and I want to see things move in my life and I want to see God pick it up and do what he do. I write it down. And when I write it down, I know what's going to happen because he didn't show me too many times and it's happened. Everything may not have happened, but for the most part, things happen. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm sitting there and I'm writing it. And I mean, this was like day one, y'all. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this. This was the first day. And the guy was like, it's only the first day. Like, you ain't even going. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure out why I'm here. Right? I ain't lying, y'all. You really have to talk yourself through stuff. I don't know about you. I don't even know if you're honest, but listen, I have to talk myself through things because I will make 1 + 1 = 2 million in a heartbeat. I know this about me. I love this about me, right? I will make it, turn a mountain into a molehill. Sometimes I can be an overthinker and all of these things, but it's just this newness that I'm experiencing. And my cousin who would bring me and reel me back in, like, girl, come on. So I'm just trying to remember everything she would have said to me, the things she's done. And then most importantly, like, I've just been talking it out loud and talking to God on my own, like I always do. And I'm like, look, what is it that you need me here? Like, whatever you got me here, I need to know what it is you got me here for, what I need to learn. Let me learn it so you can get me the fuck on. Like, straight up. Have any of y'all ever felt like that though? Has any of y'all ever felt like that, or is this just a me thing? He said, "What? The math is math. The math is math and math." And no, for real. And I know that about me, CJ. Like, I know that about me. And I just don't like doing what I don't want to do. So here it is. Do any of you guys ever experienced, whether it's prior or now, like, being in survival mode? I don't like to do things just because it's money driven, right? Because when you do things and you're doing it and it's money driven, right? Then you're going to die as soon as the money die, right? Or you're not going to be into it. You're going to just keep chasing that money, right? And it's like, why are you chasing the money? So I don't like to do anything that's money driven. I don't like to feel like, oh, I got to do this because I need this money, or I got to do this because this is that. I don't like to feel like that. I never have, right? I also don't like feeling like there's no way out, right? And I've been out of that feeling for years. That one has been gone. I don't even know what that looked like, because I will quit and keep it moving, So if anything, I'm so used to that part of myself to where as though I am fighting against not doing that because I know I can do that. Like I can quit and keep it moving and pay bills and do everything with my eyes closed. I know I can do that. I've done it for years, but I don't want to do that. You know, it comes a time where I feel like you have to also recognize the growth within yourself and be able to recognize the areas that you outgrew. Even when they come and they want to play peekaboo, you got to fight against it. So that's what I am doing. I've been fighting against my old self. Old way of thinking versus new thinking. Old thinking, new thinking. Old thinking, new thinking. Thinking, new thinking. Thinking, new thinking. And it's a constant thing. So it's really always just you versus you, right? That's why it's really like we really shouldn't be paying attention to any competition. We shouldn't really be feeling like somebody else is doing better or anything like that because it's like, yo, you really are your own competition. And I don't know about nobody else, but me, I'm really trying to be better than the version of me yesterday, better of me than the version of today. You know, poop the past. Yeah, I got some things that I want to climb up out of that, continue to do that, but the goal is to just be better. You know. Hey G Dub, how are you? When you step out of that comfort zone and put it all on a line, and they shoot you down, it's hard to come back from. Yeah. So like when who shoots you down? Whomever you're trying with or what? Like because we gotta look at that too. So but it's so that's so true as well. I would say absolutely being focused on the thing that's bigger than you is so important, but so hard at the same time for real. Yeah, like why is that the thing though? See, I love this. See, we're being real tonight, and I knew it. I said I didn't know we weren't gonna have a specific topic, but I was like, I gotta come here and just be honest with y'all. Y'all know every now and again we do this. This is what we like to do. This is how we all get it out, okay? Um, it is important. It's so hard at the same time because sometimes you know how we always say we have to be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You have to be able to see the forest through the trees. And sometimes when you're in the midst of something, you can't see the forest through the trees. So I know that sometimes I can't see the forest through the trees. So I know when I do that, I have to calm my mind. Like I came in here the last 2 days, like was meditating like crazy. Like, ooh. But that soothes me, that calms me down. It takes the anxiety out my mind, and I'm just adjusting into it. I'm in a new environment. I'm totally out of my comfort zone. It is freezing where I am. It is freezing. I hate the cold. Yo, I was ready to let that. I was ready to let that take me up out of here. Like, y'all, thank you for the opportunity, but it's too cold in here. I can't do it. And somebody, and one of y'all may be saying, "Oh my God, what?" Yeah, listen, no judgment. Don't judge me, judge your mother. Your thing is not my thing. You know what I mean? The thing that'll make me say, poop this, might be the thing that make you say, come on. And the thing that make you say, come on, might make me say, poop this. Um, so it's just like I just don't like being cold. So now I'm trying to adapt to that, you know. Um, it's just a you feel me? It's a total different like pay schedule, right? I've never experienced this pay schedule at all. All I know is I saw this mansion that I wanted, and while I was working for me, like all last year, this is what I was telling you a couple months ago. Like, man, I didn't know that um on the brinks of me just doing what I wanted to do for myself, that God was still going to be piling more things into me or letting me go explore and see different things. I was like, oh, whoa, you know, and I seen something that I really want. And someone had to remind me that tonight because I reminded me of this three days ago, but then somebody else had to remind me of this 3 days later. You know, one day it's going to click and was like, listen, you know what the bigger picture is. Like, you know, they told you, oh, go get another income. So you're not just totally living off your business and your business can be your second income. You go do that. Like, and you did that. God made sure he put you in a position for you to be able to do that. Right. And I'm like, yeah, I can't even be mad about that one. You know what I'm saying? I can't really be mad about that one. He also let me see what it would be like to just fully work for me and do what I want. And like she was saying, he gave you a sneak peek. Now you just gotta get back in the field and keep working the plan until it really goes. And I just wanted to go. So I don't gotta keep working this plan because this plan is killing me. Oh my God, you guys. It is. It is. It's just like I feel like I'm fighting for my life, man. I'm fighting for my life, man. Um, but I don't know. So for real. Yeah, the person you really want to be with. Oh, the person you really want to be with. So this is the thing, right? And while I'm feeling all these emotions, right? One of the people there, they're talking about their kid. And he's like, his kid is going to college. Listen to how God and the devil work at the same time. He's talking about how his kid is going to college, right? And he like, yeah, she's in college, she's in law school, she's about to do X, Y, and Z. She's finishing now. She's just trying to find somewhere else to do blah, 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 right? And he was like, and like I always tell her, you have to do what's in your heart. So that's what came with that, G-Dub. You got to do what's in your heart. And I'm sitting here like this man is over here having this conversation. I don't know him. He don't know me. He talking to his coworker. And I'm like, he don't even know I'm over here fighting for my life. I promise y'all, I was 2 seconds away from getting up, telling them thank you. And this was going to be my last day. I swear to God. Because I totally believe that. Like, you have to do what your heart really loves, what your heart really wants you to do. Because when you're doing something that your heart loves, it truly it's true. It never feels like work. I've done it. It doesn't feel like work. It like adds to you. It makes you feel good and all of these other things, right? And I said all that to say the heart can be a little tricky, especially when it come to a human being, right? I'm the person where you could, let me give you an example because I was this person. I don't know if I'm still this person, but I can tell you about this person because this person is me. So I remember years ago, right? I was like in my early 20s. And I just remember seeing this guy, met this guy. We was cool. We was great friends. All this stuff got together. Y'all know how they go. I'm like, nigga. But it is what it is. You never see how things go the way they go, right? And I liked him, he liked me. And somehow he, y'all know how y'all do, do what he do. And he ended up meeting somebody else. I didn't know he had met somebody else. I wasn't paying no mind. Let me tell you, this is how blind I am to social media, right? Because he had posted the girl on his page, right? He had met her at like one of his cousin's weddings, right? And I'm on this page, and it ain't really like y'all know how it is. We together, but we ain't got no, it ain't no title that toxic shit, y'all know. And I was like, oh. And then one of my friends at that time, we're no longer friends, but she was like, who's this girl he got on his page? I was like, oh, I don't know. I thought it was somebody at the wedding. I seen the same picture. I was just thinking it was somebody at the wedding. Like, I was really blind to it. Like that social media stuff and this, I have not ever really been one to really look too deep into it. And needless to say, she was like, no, I don't think that. I don't know. So when she brought it to my attention, I brought it to his attention, I'm like, well, let me look. Like, well, who is this? And he's like, oh, it's nobody. But you know how y'all do. A friend. Needless to say, he ended up meeting her, dealing with her, putting a baby in her, and they ain't together today. But but the point of this story that I'm trying to get to, G-Dub, right with this is that I'm like, damn, you talking to somebody? Like, what the hell? What the hell happened? But he was also in the space where I shouldn't have been talking to him anyway. You feel me? But um, all of these things. And I knew this. And I still was like, I don't give a damn. Not don't give a damn I'm gonna be a part of this foolishness. But I had to say how I felt. And I remember going over there and I'm just like, look, I don't know what that is or what's going on. I ain't even, this is it. I care for you. This is what it is. Like, what we doing? What are we gonna do? Pull my little heart out. And he still was like, no. So I say all that to say, I've not ever been a person where I can't express or say how my heart feels. Whereas though, some people will say, oh, that's stupid. You're going to look crazy. You just said all this and they made you look dumb. Or you said all of that. I don't ever say what I say from my heart to try to convince somebody. Before I would say that before it would be, I don't know what it is with us where we feel like we have to convince people to love us, or we have to convince people to see our worth, or convince people to choose us. And it's like, you just eventually you get to the point where it may hurt a little bit. It may be saddening, but it's also like, I can't beg you or push you or make you see the value in me. And the one thing I can say is life will teach you real quick, okay, about that. And so with that, the average person, when I would share that story in the past, people will be like, I would have never did that. I would have never, like, how the hell did you even say that? Knowing that, he was already starting to be invested somewhere else and all of that. And I said, because at the end of the day, it's not about them. It's not about him. It's about me. I have to do what I can live with. And for me, it's like, you have to know how I feel. But it's not just a heterosexual thing with me. It's even with my friends, with my kid, with my nieces, my nephews, my sisters, my mothers, my brothers. Like, you have to know how I feel. Just because I always look at it like anything could happen one day, and I just don't want you to not know how I feel. But when it comes to like an intimate relationship, it's like I say all that so that you can know, because there will come a day that it will be no more. And it's one of those catch me while I care type things, but not even really a catch me while I care, because I feel like if I gotta go above and beyond to get you to see, or to be like, all right, or for something to work, it's like, is that really it? Because God said that anything that's for you is going to be for you. And you don't got to fight for it. You don't got to scream. You don't got to prove a point. So it be conflicting. But I say all of that to say that prior to where I am now, in the space that I'm in now, yeah, it could probably suck. Some conversations can definitely be uncomfortable to have, but you still have to have those conversations, because you could be saying one thing and the person hear another. Or I could hear another and you saying something else. But all the while, I listen to what people aren't saying. You got to remember that one too. You got to hear what they ain't saying, and it's things like that. But what I've learned to do, and I'm going to tell you guys, and maybe it may help you guys too, either have the conversation or, love them for and appreciate the moment that they shared, or the time that they shared, the love or whatever that was given during that time, what they added, what they brought. And, a breakup or anything like that is really like mourning a death, for real. You're mourning a loss. So you're going to go through all those stages. But how long you choose to stay in those stages is all up to you. You can choose to smother it. You can choose to drink. You could choose to smoke. You could choose to suck Oh, suck. Look at me. Well, you could do that too. But you could you could choose to sleep with other people. That's what I wanted to say. You could choose to sleep with other people here and there and everywhere. You know, they say get over somebody old is to get under somebody. You could choose to do all of these things that are going to smother it, and fill that void temporarily. But you won't heal it. You won't get over it. You won't, um, you know, what is it? You won't be able to jump and excel forward if you're just trying to smother how you're feeling. You know what I mean? So it's like I say it, feel it, and let it be known, and let the chips fall where they may. You know, and he said, "Wait a minute, listen." I'm just saying. Because I think that because you know what too, I believe that a lot of people stay in situations, relationships, that don't serve them simply because nobody wants to deal with the breaking. Clip that. Um, when you don't know what it's going to look like, nobody wants to go through crying, weight loss, you know, all the changes, sleeping, not sleeping. Every time the notification go off on your phone, you thinking that it's them, all of these other things. Nobody wants to go through that. And then the minute that they show up, because they may go through their moments of missing you too, right? For that temporary satisfaction, or because that monkey done got that itch. They got that itch that need to be scratched. They calling your phone. They telling you they miss you. They wish it would have worked out or whatever. Can they just see you? Did this, that, and the third? And then what you do? You say yes. Next thing you know, your legs in the air. You know what I'm saying? Your alligator tail somewhere ain't got no business being. And then when it's over with, you're left feeling just, more used and even empty than you did before you went back dealing with them again, all for the result to still say, oh, I don't want to be with you. I still don't want to be with you. So yeah, that's the other issue. Nobody wants to deal with the breaking and what comes with the breaking. So everybody is just willing to make a sacrifice to deal with some bullshit. Clip that. Okay. I literally had to learn to trust the process the last 2 years. Okay, and how has that been? It's better to get it out and let whatever happen happen than to get hurt later trying to play tough. Absolutely. And then I think too, sometimes too, at a certain age, it's like, yo, we are really at this big grown age where don't nobody got time for this. Not for nothing, not saying it for anybody else, but we got one foot in the grave. Like let's keep it a beam. Like we're getting older. You don't know the minute, the day, the time, or the hour. So it's like, yo, we don't really have time to play these games. That's why it's some people, they say, oh well, the guys now start to go after the younger girls because they feel like the younger girls don't really want much. They don't know anything. Life has not crushed them yet. It disappointed them, and it's easy to manipulate and get them to do what you want them to do. This is all what they say about the young girls and why the young guys, the older guys go to the young girls. And then you got the young guys who be trying to look for their mother and people or go for the cool girl. And so it's just like one big circus. I say, let love, let it go, let flow, let love happen. And of course, you want to have forever with people, but at what cost if you're not happy? Like, because if the forever is me being miserable, then you can keep that forever. But yeah, we just have to do better. We just have to do better. No, I feel you on that. I hate being cold. That's why I can't do freezer jobs no matter what the pay is. Yeah, I can't. And I'm trying, like I'm sticking it out. I'm sticking it out. I'm sticking it out. For now, I made it. So I just have to continue to take it one day at a time. No matter whatever it is that you do, take it one day at a time. Don't put all that pressure on yourself. Um, because I had to look at the pros and cons. I'm still able to sit here with you guys. That's the one thing. I'm just like, Lord, just make it to be as though I'm able to continue to do my show at 8 o'clock. Sit here and do that. But I also am in a space too now where I have to focus on me. I'm really focusing on me. Um, with whatever that looks like. First assignment is the studio. I need to finish the floor. I got the carpet pulled up. Now I need to get the towels and stuff put down on my floor and just really like get back into the groove. The other thing is like I'm more active now. Like I have to park and walk and it's always like, oh jeez, but we're not gonna get into that. But I'm just I'm figuring it out. And this way I can still just continue to build the show. So we did look, I would say we did the vote. Andre said, hey, let you guys see me still build the studio back up. So I might pop in on a live on weekends, just for a little bit, just so you guys can like actively see it too. So I think that that's what I'm going to be working on these weekends instead of going outside. I have to really now, and I have to utilize the time that I have and structure it. And and I can't have no phone at this job. Like I can't have a phone. It's like a whole security breach with what my job is, with my clearance and all of that. So we cannot have phones. And I'm just like, but I got over that real quick because it's not like you can't ever go to it. Like I've never been anywhere where you had to literally, like they had phone boxes for you to lock your phone in. Like I have never experienced that in my life. So it's just like, but I did learn that they had them at Amazon too. So this is new for me. But it's not bad. You know what I mean? It ain't that many people that call me anyway. You know what I mean? And then once I'm finished this, the schedule that I'll be on for a little bit. Well, I'm praying to be on it forever. Well, while I'm there, um, I got to be there so early that the people that I do talk to is going to be asleep. And by the time lunchtime comes, I'm going home. You feel me? So that was one of the pros. That was one of the pros. And then I do like how it allows me to disengage with the world for a little bit. You know, I do like that. How putting that up is like you really have to focus. Like what I do, I really have to pay attention and focus. So, you know, heavy is the head that wears the crown. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. So if you don't see me posting a lot in my stories, because I'm always in my stories and stuff like that, don't be alarmed. It's the scheduling. Like I'm shocked. I've literally came in here the past 2 days, and by this time I was knocked out. And y'all know I don't sleep, but I was knocked out. But you know, I had the strength to come here and do the show with you guys tonight, and I'm super excited about that. So you guys, this is what it looks like in real time, in real life. You know, if you guys choose to send a donation, you know, thank you. I appreciate it. If you choose to send stars, thank you. If you do even better and decide to change and share the show as a contribution, I appreciate that too. You know, I'm glad you guys are here. You got this. I keep hearing this, Andre. Thank you. I keep hearing this. I keep hearing it. I keep hearing it. Everybody keeps saying that. They saying you got this, and I say, well, this got me. God damn it! This got me. It got me. Whoo! Got me feel like I want to sing Mary J. Blige. Time on my hand. Since you've been away, boy. I ain't got no plans. No, 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 no. That's how I'm feeling. You know what? You had to say goodbye. Look what you done to me. She said, girl, what you here talking about? Girl, how I'm fighting for my life. I've been fighting for my virginity for 72 hours. And Andre said, you got this. And I said, this got me. God damn it. I don't know what I'm doing over here. But so yeah, that's what's been going on, y'all. And y'all know I feel like Mary J. Blige is depressing. She make you want to slit your wrist. You only sing her when you depressed or going through. And I ain't depressed. We ain't claiming that. I'm just a little conflicted right now. But just trying to stay the course, whatever the hell that means, but uh that's what's going on with me. That's what's going on. That's the way I've been. Um, and I was telling the guy, I was like, yo, I don't know. And he was like, it's only been a day. I was like, yeah, but y'all want me to lock up my phone. I was like, y'all want me to lock up my phone? And it's cold as shit in here. Like, we doing too much. Like, it gets to a point with y'all. But, and then it's like each day has gotten a little better, like just with the day. So I think that is just like the newness of still getting adjusted to, you're the new guy on the block. And I don't know, but I just be looking up. Like, Lord, if you want me to just struggle, just say that. But congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulate me when I'm out of there. Goddamn, when I'm out of there. I'm over here fighting. But again, so I just be wanting y'all to see too, and just come here with y'all. You know how some people have their platforms, y'all know, when they just are like, yes, Yarika, this is this, and this is the answer, and this is the way, and the way is the way of the world, and this is not over here. We figuring it out, and we got all that all the time. But these are the times where I'm like, look, I'm letting y'all inside, behind. Like, I'm over here having to remembering all the stuff. I gotta remember all the tools. I gotta remember everything. Like, I gotta call. Sometimes I gotta phone a friend to phone a friend. And she said earlier, she was like, I said, girl, I'm calling everybody. And she said, not you calling around trying to find somebody to tell you to quit. Looking for that person to be like, girl, fuck it. Because I think a little part of me, I am. I am. I was telling the boy that the other day. I was like, listen, I'll quit and trust God so quick. He said, not you'll quit. You quit and trust God so quick. I did. And it'd be rough out here. It'd be rough. But I'd be like, it is kind of like, why go through the valley if you really don't gotta go through the valley? So that's why, it may not just be me, it may be some of y'all. Like, don't make it difficult. More difficult than it is if you don't have to. Like, it's just right now. It's just where where you are. So yeah, and I don't like raining, right? I don't like the rain. I don't like to drive in the rain. I don't like to do anything in the rain, because I was in a bad car accident. So I got a thing with the rain, right? And goddamn it, I woke up and it was raining today, and I was like, I literally was like, oh my gosh. I got there, and then I don't know, it was freezing. Then I went where I needed to go. And I saw it in my head. I wanted to. It's crazy how, and I'm gonna let y'all go because I can't be here all night. It's crazy how I literally, how you can see yourself. And this is another reason why I'm glad I changed, and that I'm also kind to people. Because at one time I was just like a bitch, but that was because I was going through some things. Nobody understand me, man. I want my candy, man. And one of the people who worked there, if y'all follow me on Instagram, he used to be a resident at one of the properties I used to work at ages ago. And he was always so nice. He came in, I was, talking to him, his wife, whoopity-woo, and he used to come in the office and shoot me. Like, I'd be sitting there, and it's like, hey, thinking he's just coming to visit, and I'll go to the copy, and he's shooting me with Nerf guns. Like, he would come in and just shoot me with Nerf. I'm like, what? Who comes in a leasing office and shoot the leasing agent? Like, with Nerf guns, He was always very pleasant and very sweet and respectful and stuff. And it's funny, I haven't seen him in eons. I think I ran into him maybe one time some years ago out in like the mall. I met his new wife and the kids. And hey, and that was it. I haven't seen him since then. He works there. Like he is my coworker. And I said to him, I said, isn't it funny how life works, right? Y'all know we gotta end with a message. I said, isn't it funny how life works? I'm sitting there, he's watching me as we walking and stuff. When I be laughing and chuckling and I look up to God and I'll be like, you funny. And he be like, oh, who you talking to? I'm like, oh, he playing with me, you know. And I said, yo, how you treat people really matters. And I don't know who's this for, but shoot, how you treat people truly, truly matters. Because I was said to him, I said, damn, I'm glad I wasn't rude, mean, or nasty, or just an overall dickhead to you. Because sometimes when people have positions and they have, they tend to feel like they're better than, right? And I said, because who would have ever thought that I would have ran into him like 6, 7, 8 years later, right? He's my coworker, but he's also like a lead, right? And I said, I'm glad I wasn't no asshole to you. And he said, I know, right? He was like, I know, right? And my friend said to me, as I was having a tantrum the last 72 hours. You got to get close on that one. 72 hours I was having a tantrum. And she said to me, she said, oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. You never know who could be a blessing. Because that is exactly right. See, Andre, you jumping ahead. But that's what she said to me. She said, girl, God got this. God got you. God led you there. He had you there. You know how you got there. You applied. You got, because I was in here trying to do a lot of things. And that is the thing that came. And she was like, God got you. She said, look at how it works. He said, he even has somebody there that you know. You may not know him like y'all the best of friends or nothing like that, but she was like, God then place somebody there that you know. Somebody to help you. Somebody who's like, yo. And he keeps saying the same thing. He like, girl, the job is so easy. You ain't got to do nothing. Try it. He was like, try it before you freaking just say you don't want to do it. And then if you try it for a little while and it's not for you, then go ahead. But he like, girl, you ain't even tried. And then he was like, also that he's very likable there. And he was like, and because they know me and I made it known to them that I know you, they're not gonna bother you. So I'm like, you sure? And he's like, yeah. So it's just one of those things where it was like, yo, she was like, God didn't put somebody there for you, somebody that you are comfortable with. No, you don't know everybody else. No, you don't know nobody, but there is somebody that you are formal with. And she's just like, and he has you covered. Even with this situation, like you're there. Yes, you don't feel like it. Yes, it's this. Yes, you're overthinking it and all of this, but it's still somebody there that that you don't feel so alone. And I was like, and y'all know it lasted for about 5 minutes. Cause then I'm human. I'm still like, I don't care. I'm cold. Y'all think I'm lying. It is freezing in there. And so, I'm reminding though. Like I still, I tell him, I be like, Lord, thank you. And forgive me for complaining. But you knew I was gonna complain. Like he knew I was gonna complain. He knew I was gonna complain. But what I can honestly say is everything that I have been asking for, like what I've been praying for prior to this, and then just doing this because it's like shift work. It's like 3 different shifts and they rotate. And I'm like, I can't do no 2 to 10. I ain't gonna do that. Like, that's gonna be the straw that breaks the camel's back. I already know that. He know that too. You feel me? But I was like, I'm here for however long I'm gonna be here, because I already know how I am. But I said, you know what? You funny. I laughed at him on Monday. I was like, oh, you're funny. Because I ended up getting the shift that I've been saying that I wanted. So I got the shift that I wanted. And I have the shift that I wanted. And I know someone there. And it's just like, just do this. This is just another stepping stone on the way. So I was like, damn, just imagine if I was an asshole to this guy or rude. And so that's why I was going to say earlier, be careful how you treat people, and you don't know what people going through, because while I'm standing there and they are trying to he's up and they're trying to show me how to do certain things, and I'm listening to the man talk about his kid and how he tells his kid, yo, like, you got to do what's in your heart. And I am inside of me. He don't even know it. That's what I was trying to tell y'all. I seen it. Like, and here I am. I was inside of me. And I saw me going to my car and crying. So I'm standing there talking to these people, and they don't know that me in the inside is crying. Like, I'm in my car crying. I am in my car crying. And all the while I'm in my car crying, I am just like wanting my cousin. That was my she was my safe space. She was my thing to get me through the uncertainty. What would guide me through the uncertainty? What would know what to say to get me to calm? To do this and be like, I'm gonna pray for you and do this, or she'll hit me with the get it together, all of that. And I'm like, these people don't even know that I am crying in the inside, and all the while I'm crying because I don't even know why I'm crying. But I'm like, yo, I want to pick up the phone and call her, and I can't even call her. And this is new, and I am going nuts, and this is different, and I'm cold, and what in the world? Why am I here? Like, why am I here? So it's just like I'm feeling all of this, show within these last 3 days. And but so I'm still processing it. And once I have an answer, you already know, once I fully get the answer, I'm coming here because I'm gonna share this and tell it, and it'll help one of you, or someone else. Or it could be you too. But it's also just, I also think that this is the beauty of, you guys let me know, the beauty of when you do find someone that's online that is honest and take you with the process, with them through different things, not just business wise, but even, yo, this is what I have to do. So I have to work to pay the bills to continue to get me to where I need to be, So it's like, I'm taking you guys with me on this journey. Okay. Um, and God has already done told me it's not gonna be long. I don't know what long is, but I feel that. They say you have to feel it to receive it, stay on that frequency. Everything's a vibration, and we have to put it out there. We gotta be the energy we want to attract. Because even though I'm in the energy of like, oh, no, I can honestly say I have not been. God is so good, and I'm grateful and appreciative that He hasn't allowed to come to me. You know what I mean? So yes, Andre. Andre says you have to trust the process. You good? Trust the. I'm just cold. I'm trying. It all sounds the same, Ike. I'm trying. I'm doing And so it's funny. So my friend is like, when they text me or call me, they're like, hey, it's Wednesday. Woo, 2 more days, 2 more days. I'm like, okay. Okay. Then I got my one friend that's like, well, girl, can you at least make it out of training? I'm like, I don't know. So, and that is the thing. Yo, I'm in training. I ain't even did the job yet. I'm just in training. So it's like, come on, get it together. But I'm like, I know me. But we look, we gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. That's exactly why it's important to be good to people and lead with good energy. It's the universe duty to return it to you in one way or another. Yes. And I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be like, look, I done sold so many seeds. They'd be like, come on, where's my reparations? But this is where we are, guys. Y'all gonna have to keep me up on the mess. Or I'm gonna also get caught up on it over the weekends and stuff because I'm locked out of the world. And then my friend, she kept saying, you in jail for 8 hours. I was like, yeah. But then I said that to her today. I said, no, I don't want to look at it like a prison. We can't call it that. Don't we gotta find something else to call it. So I'm working on something else because goddamn, I still got more freedom than they do in prison, goddamn it. So we have to find another world. I don't even want to say I'm in Alcatraz. Because I know what that feels like to a degree. So I'm in a bubble for 8 hours. I'm the girl in the bubble for 8 hours. But it's okay. It's okay. But this is too why I'm also at the point where like I want a team. I want a team, but it's so hard to find somebody that's trustworthy as well as somebody who has a great work ethic like me. Nobody's going to take care of your baby like you take care of your baby. So it's just like I'm just in a space where I want a videographer, I'm looking for somebody to do the things and things like that. But then I get people to do them and then I always end up liking the way I do it better than the people that do it and I ask to do it. But I hope I didn't ramble you guys too much. Do me a favor and find 8 people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, you guys. Do that for me. Can you guys find 8 people to subscribe to the YouTube channel? We are still celebrating, okay? Just to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If ever you thank you for anyone who's ever sent any donations, who's on a Patreon. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you guys for that. Thank you for sharing the content and for doing the thing. And we're excited. Thank you for letting me vent today and saying how I feel. This was so good. Okay, like totally. Maybe next week I'll have something more educational for you. Who knows? But today, this is that. But I still feel like there were some gems in there. What y'all think before we get out of here? I feel like there still were some gems in there. Definitely. It was definitely still some gems. But yeah, we are here redoing everything and super excited. I'm going to go eat dinner, wash this off, wash the day off, put my hair up, rub my feet together. I ain't got no ice cream. Watch TV and take a snooze or something, You said, what'd you say? Absolutely. Okay, good. So there was some gems. Okay, so there was some gems. I gotta take Draco to the vet on Saturday because he sprayed and he done sprayed in here somewhere because he tricked my daughter into letting him in my damn studio. They like kids. He know who he can get over on and he know who he can't. And I'm liking the black aesthetic. I know y'all know pink's my favorite color, but I'm liking this. It seems like it makes it a little more serious or something. I'm trying to get our band up. I'm trying to get our everything up. Oh, and I'm loving the logo. So I did this logo, you guys. So I have been working. Are we liking the new logo? I'm liking the new logo with the microphone as the eye. I'm liking that. So I've been doing these things. I've been doing it. You see, we got the new little like flyer, dyer, liar. Wait a minute. Let me go down here. Look, see, I've been working. I'm telling y'all, I've been doing it. You know how I mean? I've been doing it. Um, getting into revamping it and all of these things. So I'm excited. I'm excited. You said that logo is fire. Thank you. One thing y'all gonna do, y'all know how to make me, you know, I appreciate y'all. So I did that. So I have been doing these things, creating all of this other stuff and this because I told y'all, look, I ain't got the regular hair no more. So I did some little photos with my little Rapunzel, throw down your long hair. Um, but yeah, so that is it. This is me. It's 9:20. Big gave you an hour and 15 minutes almost. We gotta go, you guys. We're on a new thing. And we won't always have to go. We won't always have to go. The black under the pink is dangerous. The black under pink is dangerous. Mm. I actually like that together too. And I'm not really a black person, but I like that too. But we're here. I'm gonna keep you guys up to date with everything. Shout out. We're gonna shout out Benita tonight. Benita couldn't join us tonight, but shout out to Benita. Family first. You know how I feel. You know how we do over here. Um, you know. So shout outs to Benita. We missed you tonight, Benita. Um, and just continue to be with me, bear with me as we go through these changes. I'm gonna start to have, like I said, more guests on, but I want to get this panel together because I want us to have this panel show. I'm curious to see how it's gonna be. So thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I love you guys. And I will talk to you guys next week. Be great. Take the week. Don't let the week take you. We're going to take it one day at a time. And I'll see you guys over the weekend. And make sure you turn on the notification button. You subscribe to the channel. If you were on YouTube and you watched this live, hit the thumbs up on this video. Follow us on all platforms. And yeah, because I'll probably be going live and stuff, just letting you guys see what I'm in here working on, courtesy of Andre. Andre said, no, don't stop doing your show while you're doing the makeover. So I'm gonna try to let you guys in, by the hairs of your chinny chin chins. But I hope the rest of this week is a great week for you and for me. Fight for your joy, okay? I don't know if I'm talking to y'all or talking to myself, but hey, we all getting it. Fight for your joy. Try to find a great thing, the positive in the day. Shift the thoughts, hold on, keep on doing it. Um, don't be the you that gets in your way. Get out of your own way. And as much as you fight and you scream, trust the process because it's still a process.